when I think about a world where it's all about hustling, grinding, and getting that professional experience in your life, one person comes to mind that we are going to be celebrating today. And it's been over 20 years that this particular person has really understood of being authentically themselves, understanding familia, but more importantly, being the sniper professional of when it comes to just operational mindset. Tupac Shakur said it best, it's time to make a change. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Noan El Boricua, host here at Pasión podcast, where we already know it's about immerse yourself dentro de la cultura, growing in your faith, and always making those conexiones. As always, we want to say thank you for subscribing, liking, checking out this video, and more importantly, make sure you guys share with my guy Dantrell. But I already did tag him, so I hope you're watching this, sir. I'm excited because of the fact that you are celebrating 20 years at the swoosh, at the brand. But more importantly, for me personally, you have been one of the most amazing friends that I could ever have, over these past 20 years. And as well, professionally speaking, being on the same team as of October of 2017. It is amazing to be able to have a peer like you and so many other peers where when it comes to the club of 20 plus years, it's a pretty small company. And there's something that's very unique about you, Dantrell. And I think for many people, this video is all about you. And I really want to share something that for those that are aspiring professionals, maybe those that are aspiring students that are getting ready to level up, I want you to understand some of the things that I have observed in my peer, in my good friend, my hermano Dantrell. One of the things that comes to mind is that he has a very relentless work ethic. On top of a very magnetic personality, Dantrell, you know what I'm talking about. But most importantly, he has this belief and this power when it comes to collaboration. I think for me, when I think of Dantrell throughout these years, I really think about someone who has grown not just as a professional and as a man, but also as a husband and as a father. And I think for me, those are some of the greatest things that I personally would love to be able to kind of speak on today. But more importantly, really have you understand how some of those skill sets of his really can just translate in just every day when it comes to who we want to be in the workplace. It doesn't matter the company. I think there's something beautiful with the authenticity. We have a family mindset, but more importantly, we have also this expertise of showcasing what you're really good at. So one of the first things is I want to talk about Dantrell is throughout these 20 years, Dantrell, you have been nothing but inspirational. You have a sense of inspiration that when you walk into the room, people know. When you walk into a room, there's a sense of understanding of who you are. And just, again, going back to this magnetic personality, they really just want to understand who this amazing professional is. And more importantly, how you've actually inspired so many other people to do some really dope things when it comes to either their community, their workplace, things of that nature. And one of the things that I would love to share is that knowing what we do, and many of my viewers, I know that so many of you actually do amazing when it comes to giving back to the community. And one of the biggest things that I like to talk about is that Dantrell, working with him when we were in his backyard in Oregon, there was something that was really dope. And that was that in Beaverton and Portland area, we had a chance to go to the Oregon Food Bank. Can I tell you, Dantrell, to me, that was one of the most inspirational things that I've always been so accustomed to just being a coach for sports or maybe, being a after school tutor, which all of that stuff is great. But when you brought us in and we learned about families in need when it comes to food source and when it comes to how many families actually get to eat and don't eat, that was inspirational. That was something for me that to see you so excited to be heads down, just ready to go and doing one thing after another and moving on to the next project. And then at the end, when we saw how many people we were going to impact when it came to families and food, that is nothing but inspirational to me. The next thing that I also want to say, the sheer fact of your personal growth. Many don't know this about Dantrell, but he started out working at one job and then hanging out and going to a store where he spent a lot of his check. And maybe that's a different story for another day when we talk about financial responsibility, right? Because it happens to all of us. But the beauty is that the store recognized something in him, that they asked him to join the team. And it was in Dantrell's growth mindset of wanting to get better every day and also surrounding himself with other great leaders and peers. It really showed him not only going from what we call like a sales associate or athlete role, but work all his way up to an actual like AHC of ops. And then not only that, then to jump in to go into a role of what was back then called the athlete talent attraction coach, which is kind of the entry level of recruiting. And it was there that now he's now a full cycle recruiter in the Pacific Northwest as well as in California. I think for me, when we think about people that want to grow and really understand development, I think for me is you got to have a very strong ethical foundation. I go back to one of his sayings, do the right thing. There has to be una fundación, a foundation to be able to have that and know that you got to put it in practice. And two, you got to always consider how can I improve and how can I make my team improve? And that's something that Dantrell really makes me think about when I translate all these 20 years of his. And my observation is not only, being an inspiration, but also seeing his own personal development, how he seeks that out. Now, the third thing that we can learn from my perspective, again, this is my perspective. Dantrell didn't give me this. Nobody gave me this. This is just me like reflecting and think about Dantrell for me personally. It is all about teamwork, collaboration. Una vez más, teamwork, collaboration. Here's the thing. There's such an importance for Dantrell when it comes to the meeting of the minds and understanding what is the vision, what is the goal, and then how do we enable and empower and now get people after that. I think for me, when I think about Dantrell, I want to challenge you. Embrace the idea of making everyone else around you better, included, and feel valued. Again, think about that. Because when we put these people together, it's why I say he makes you feel like family. It's like familia. Look, Dantrell knows that if there's a reason why you were hired, it's because you have a certain skill and talent. So he's not going to ever question that. So you're part of the family. He's going to invite you in and he wants to see your skill set. He wants to see your talents. He wants to see your gifts come to life and really go after the goals as an overall team. And I just want to give you a shout out for that, Dantrell. You've always been really amazing at doing that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, it's so rare when this happens. I ran out of memory and I had to double check if I did the video right. So I should be landing here on my fourth point. And this is really a culmination of the past three. All of those things, Dantrell, come to this. You make a difference. You've made a difference in my life and our peers and so many people that have had the opportunity to get to know you. So my hope is that we as professionals, and for those that are listening and watching, let us take note. And it's not so much about being 20 years at a company. Is that a great bookmark of your career? 100%. More importantly, it's about how do I implement some of these learnings of being inspirational, seeking my personal development, understand the importance of teamwork / collaboration. I think that if you can nail those in this new coming year, I think it's going to help you to level up, get to that next promotion. Who knows, maybe start your first job for many of you that maybe are just getting started in the work field. Whatever that looks like, we need more people like Dantrell. Dantrell, you are truly for real. Like you've overcome so much. I think as a matter of fact, we need to do an interview. You've overcome so much. And you've been such an inspiration to your family and to your kids. I mean, look, you're not just a father, you're a grandfather. There's a lot that we can learn from some amazing people just like Dantrell. So on behalf of all of our team, Dantrell, and just on behalf of my family, and more importantly, on behalf of myself, thank you for making me the person that I am today. Thank you for challenging me. Thank you for, really solidifying the importance of family and teamwork, because that's that West Coast mentality we got. We know that when it comes to the Lakers, we just look at the banners, 17-time champions, I guess plus in season tournament. But I don't know, some people may or may not like that, but hey, at the end of the day, a chip is a chip. And I think for you to understand the importance of true excellence, sir, you are the prime example of that. Thank you for always doing what you do. I appreciate you for always giving back to community. I appreciate you for just making it fun, always making it fun. I appreciate you for being that father figure for my oldest son while he was in Oregon. He's still there, but while he was in school, I appreciate you. And I still remember our day when we went to the Tiki Hut. It's a spot in Portland, if you haven't been there. And Dantrell was so surprised that my son had literally like a VIP card of all the different drinks that you could try. So I thought that was really cool. But at the end of the day, man, we just need to celebrate each other. I want to celebrate you, Dantrell, and I want to say thank you. So at the time of this video, Dantrell, you probably already saw me on video for our own personal internal call. But this is a video that I wanted to make for you. So I hope you enjoyed it. And more importantly, if you've enjoyed this, to all our listeners, yo, there's more of this stuff out there. Check me out on FieldPasionPodcast.com and check out our latest episode. We got a lot of good stuff, some really good interviews. But more importantly, I'm excited for what's to come in 2024. So like always, immerse yourself dentro de la cultura, grow in your faith, and make those conexiones. Y como dice mi abuelita, que Dios te bendiga.